Outlaw Nation, and welcome to this watch-along and reaction to Episode 1 of Dune Prophecy. This is a series that I've very much been looking forward to and seeing what we're going to get from this that is connected to the Dune movies in terms of the atmosphere and the early stuff, because this is set 10,000 years before the Dune movies, before Paul Atreides and everything that happened with him. So what are we going to explore here? What are we going to see? I'm very excited to see it all. And of course, it's led by two wonderful actresses, fantastic actresses here in Emily Watson and Olivia Williams, along with some other actors here like Mark Strong and Jodhi May, Travis Fimmel, Sarah Sophie Bosnina, who I think are fantastic actors I've seen in multiple projects overall. So a good cast being assembled here. This one is directed by Anna Forster, this first episode. It is developed for television by Alison Shapker, and this is, of course, based on the novel from Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson's Sisterhood of Dune from 2012. So that's what their basis is on all of this. And Suzanne Rubel is the executive story editor. So a good collection of talented people behind the scenes to put this thing together. But the thing, you know, with the prequel series, your concern is, what's the point of all of this when we know where it ends up all the way down the road? And so maybe this is more about the fascination of how we laid the foundation, the groundwork for all the things that we confront in those first two Dune movies here, as we deal with what's going on with the Bene Gesserit and how they came to be and came to power and all of that. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot of different houses, a lot of different characters, some blood, some gore, probably some sex, some spice usage, and all of that. So very curious to see what we're going to get. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump into this thing. It's called The Hidden Hand. And for my patrons, I will do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. But for everyone else, you know these are edited. So good beginning. Yeah, the whispering sounds. Love it. That's true. We saw that recently.
What holds more truth? History or prophecy?
Ah, there's Emily Watson. One of my favorite actresses from since Breaking the Waves.
It's the thinking machines
Oh, wow.
that enslaved them.
Wow.
My great-grandfather deserted the fight.
Who was her great-grandfather, I wonder?
History branded my family as cowards. And so we were banished to a desolate world.
Interesting. There's almost like a Terminator vibe here with the fighting the war against the machines.
And I, Valia Harkonnen.
Oh, she's a Harkonnen.
Change it.
Who's this? That isn't Emily Watson. Is that a younger version of Emily Watson's character?
Raquella Berto Anirul.
Ooh.
A hero during the war.
Oh, nice.
She trained sisters to work as truth-sayers.
What does that mean?
Together, they would form a network of influence throughout the Imperium.
This is a little overdone for an opening.
Use it to govern the future.
I mean, the cinematography, the imagery, the special effects here are incredible, but it's a little overdone with the score. And
she wanted to breed better leaders.
okay.
She amassed a vast genetic archive.
Oh, wow.
She would use it to foster the right royal unions and cultivate rulers we could control.
So this was a plan from the beginning with the Bene Gesserit.
In her final moments, she called for me.
Valia, it's me, Dorothea. Valia Harkonnen.
Dorothea looks like she was part of the Zealots. So already creating fiction here within the Bene Gesserit, a bit of a civil war, maybe, possibly. You know, I just finished watching the cult documentary on HBO Max about Kundalini Yoga. It's got that kind of energy here. The young woman chosen to carry out Guru Jagat, chosen to carry out the will of the dying older leader of the cult.
Tell them to leave us now.
So I wonder, will those two be the only two who heard her confession and will, or her final words, and misconstrue them separately? Tiranarafel. Oh! Oh, the sandworm! It's coming to destroy the cities. Ooh. Water, blood, fire, sand, and then space.
You will be the one to see the burning
Wow. A lot of pressure to put on a young woman. But like she said at the beginning, she was of the same mind as her. So she's basically saying, by any means necessary, make this happen.
A holy judgment brought on by a tyrant.
From what I saw in Raquel's eyes, I believe one is coming for us.
Interesting.
We have to prepare by putting one of ours on the throne.
Oh, one of the Bene Gesserit's on the throne.
We must harness our powers of truth sense until we advise all the great houses who govern. Mother Raquella urged us to use every tool.
Humility is the foundation of our virtues.
I mean, look at it. This
Adversity always lies in the path of advancement. Most would run from it. I would walk through it.
Clearly, this is two different points of views here with this faction, right? And we see this in all religion. There are those who want to be subservient, and there are those who want to use it to advance.
Mother Raquella didn't share your beliefs, nor do others aside from your faction of zealots. You heard what she said. You swore to use every tool.
Because I did not want to fight with her on her deathbed.
Huh.
This is us playing God. And we will be judged for it. I honor my grandmother, but this great work of hers must be destroyed.
Oh, wow, she's blood. Oh, using the voice.
Face me.
Oh, nice. She's learned this art.
A new skill I've been honing.
Yeah.
I will never bend to you.
Then take out your blade.
Wow.
Drive it into your throat.
Oh. Wow. Now, will they catch her with the blade? Will they think that she killed her? Will this drive her out? Or will the zealots bend now that their leader has died?
My truth lay in prophecy.
What do we do?
Sisterhood above all.
Two members of the bloodline. So where's the mother? Right? She's the granddaughter. Where's the mother? Because clearly the grandmother died. All right. So if we're going 10,000, so it's over 10,000 years before the birth. Oh, I thought it was 100,000 years. Or maybe I said 10,000. Oh, no. Either way, it's over 10,000 years before Paul. BP before Paul.
House Varric and House Kumali have put in requests for a truthsayer. And House Harkonnen has put in a fourth request.
Oh, she's a Harkonnen, but she hasn't helped them yet.
Excuse me, Sister Avila.
All right, she was there, a younger version of herself. She was part of the Zealots. So clearly the Zealots came under her control, or bent the knee.
If you observe the large amount of white matter in the prefrontal cortex,
there's Olivia Williams.
do you know what that makes this man?
A criminal. A sociopath.
A survivor.
Yes, Sister Jen. Human beings rely on lies to survive. We lie to our enemies. We lie to our friends. We lie to ourselves. Lying is among the most sophisticated tasks a brain can perform.
Well, really, lying is the most sophisticated task a brain can perform.
Tomorrow you will be tested on your progress. I suggest you get some rest today. Class is dismissed.
I like that they've gotten two really strong British actors, older British actresses to be like the 10 poles. Salusa Secundus, homeworld of the Imperial House. Now, listen, I'm not a Dune, like I don't read, I don't have a chart of all the stuff. So for me, this is all, I'm just kind of going along with this thing. Well, this is very similar to how we saw Paul in the Dune movies, training and such with the blades. Also very Jedi-esque with that sound.
Unhand the princess, filthy scum.
Constantine, you made it.
How could I miss you tying the knot to a boy just out of diapers?
So this is Sarah Sophie Busnina who's playing Princess Inez.
House Richese gifts the House of Carino a newly built fleet of ballista motherships.
Oh, there's Mark Strong.
It occurred to me that having our own wing in the palace might smooth the transition.
That wasn't part of the arrangement.
Your Majesty, I'm sorry to be frank, but your issues on Arrakis aren't going away. Not without my ships to protect the harvest from Fremen attacks.
So do they work?
Well, your admirals know Rochese's ships are superior to all.
I was going to say, do they ever go in conflict with each other when they're working for separate houses?
Your task is to demonstrate, at the least, a rudimentary command of truth-saying. We have removed all barriers to your subjects to make this task easier. You may begin.
So I don't know, how do these women come to be a part of this thing? Are they sent from the houses? How are they, is this all passed on? Do the former generations have sex with men to have children so they can bring them into the order? Like, what is this whole situation? And then what's with her sister? What's the connection here? We don't have enough background so far on her sister.
Tell us, why are you here?
My story.
Here we go.
When I was a child,
little background.
I slit his throat in his sleep. Then I went home.
Killed my
And
parents.
did the same to my parents.
Yeah. She's brutal. Is it the truth, though?
Sisterhood will teach me skills that will aid in my leadership.
This arrangement isn't what I wanted.
I hear Pruitt Rochese is quite charming.
The boy is 9.
Every year before he comes of age is mine to do with what I will.
I see the way you look at our new sword master.
I'm getting what I want. You're not the only one who knows how to negotiate.
Dangerous. Someone who knows what they want very early in age can be quite dangerous. Who's this swashbuckler?
There's a soldier here from Arrakis.
Can't you deal with it?
It's Desmond Hart, sir. He survived.
He's playing Desmond Hart. Travis Fimmel. Oh, Travis Fimmel. Okay. Nice.
Desmond Hart.
I just saw him in Kandahar.
It's an honor.
Interviewed
12 tours of Arrakis.
the director of Kandahar.
The attack on Arrakis. It wasn't Fremen. They were insurgents from your own allied worlds. Once a harvester ejected his payload of spice, their ship collected it. It was theft.
Interesting. She's trying to control him.
His story is true, Your Majesty. Or at least he believes it to be.
So clearly he's a fly in the ointment in many ways. Yeah, that look back seems like already we got ourselves a little bit of a, how shall we say this, antagonist to their protagonist. Oh, wow. She said Nez, so is that the princess? Is that the machines?
The moment I saw you, I knew that one day you would lead our Imperium to a better future.
Huh.
I have something I need to attend to, but I'll be back soon.
This actress is Jodhi. She was in Succession. She did like 6 episodes of Succession.
Kasha's going to miss the engagement ceremony, but she says she'll be back for the wedding.
Oh, thank the stars. What would we possibly do without her? I'm telling you, they chose that boy, knowing his age would give them years to make Nez one of their own.
Stop fighting this wedding, Natalia. That boy comes with a fleet of fighters, which I need for Arrakis.
All right, so the point here is that they want to
There was a time when you took my views seriously.
get Inez on the throne through their
The
influence.
Imperium was the stronger for it.
Gotcha.
We remember things differently.
Here's what's crazy for those who don't recognize this actress who's playing Natalia. That's Jodhi May. Jodhi May is the young actress who plays the young sister Madeline Stowe in Last of the Mohicans. That's her. Amazing.
We need to pair Inez with someone we can trust to keep her in line. She won't be under Kasha's influence much longer.
Well, Theodosia, she has reason to be loyal to us. We took her in when she had nowhere else to turn.
So clearly
She excels in her studies.
seems to be a collection of girls who were rejected or got into some trouble or what have you, as is most people in cults.
Well, your favorite's like a lamb lost in the woods.
Lila is a true empath. And given her lineage, she will be a natural-born truth-sayer.
Lila was the one that was staring at Jen. There's another Reverend Mother.
Whatever trepidation you're feeling.
It's not trepidation.
Oh, that's casual.
Now is not the time to lose faith in a plan that has been decades in the making.
And what if this plan of yours causes the very thing we seek to prevent?
You forget. I'm the one that Raquel asked for as she lay dying. I think I know what she wanted.
Interesting. So she's very defensive about this, feels chosen. Those are dangerous characteristics for someone in charge of an order. So she ignores the vision.
This wedding will proceed.
In pursuit of her own desires and needs to have what she wants to have happen. I mean, you can't ignore the Star Wars looking influence here. I mean, not that it was influenced by Star Wars, because obviously this came first. I'm just saying the influence on Star Wars, I guess I should say more clearly.
Lord Pruitt Richese.
Richese.
May the Richese seed find purchase in royal wombs.
That Swordmaster's got a thing for her for sure. They got a thing for each other, it was.
If Kasha believes something is wrong, the least we can do is our due diligence.
I heard what she said. And then I dismissed her.
So it is blind obedience you want?
Yes.
Well, at least that's constant.
I am trying to protect us and the Imperium the only way I know how.
I believe in your commitment, Valia.
As I said, this is what's dangerous. When someone feels chosen, someone feels like they're the only ones who can do it, it becomes an issue.
Why not just check the match? See if Princess Inez truly is the one we should put all our hopes in.
Yeah. Valia doesn't want to be wrong, you know, because she chose it. Does she have the fortitude to take a step back and look at this union?
So what do you do? You don't actually have to speak. Father says this is just a formality.
Interesting. Oh yeah, that's what we saw in the, but they were rotting from the inside out, so it's symbolic. He's like, don't feed me, I feed myself. This is like young Anakin with Padme. It's a little weird. In the first movie, I mean. When that kid ages, he's going to be a prick. You can tell. This is going to be an interesting union if it does come to fruition.
Simple mathematics, really.
I'm sure you're right, Baron Harkonnen. Let me think about it.
And my elf never goes out of style. It would be incredible for your uniform. Have we discussed the untapped value of whale seed? Its medicinal benefits.
Would you excuse me a moment, please?
Trying desperately to be back in the power games.
What do you have there?
Nothing.
Your intent is to deceive.
You're not a truth-sayer.
Not yet, but I know a liar when I see one.
Oh, it's a machine. Ooh. Uh-oh. It's like a little transformer. Is it going to kill someone or hurt someone? Oh. The swordsman, yes. Oh, no, that guy.
That technology is forbidden!
Don't tell me you're all afraid of a little toy.
Afraid? You exist because House Carino defeated thinking machines.
Let's be sensible. Don't let this ruin our celebration.
Oh, wow.
Let us, for now, overlook this transgression.
Must really need those ships. I hope they don't defang him through the whole series, because Mark Strong is better when he's a man on a mission.
Once our marriage goes through, you pull something like that again and I'll stab you myself, you little shit. Now get rid of that thing.
I love it.
Kasha may be wrong about the wedding, but no one is closer to the Emperor. We need her influence. You can't keep picking pieces off the board just because they disagree with you.
Huh.
If you want to protect her, Tula, get her head straight.
How much do you really believe that she checked those genetic codes for real?
After all our training, the princess will just stroll in here as an acolyte. How's that fair?
She's a princess. She's never known fair.
The special effects here are really cool.
One last night out, you and me.
In that case,
Oh, a little spice for the road, huh? What's he thinking of? What's he pondering? What's he hiding? What's his secret? Why is he so committed to this union? It must be more than just the ships.
What do you think? You think a fleet of fighters will be enough to end my troubles on Arrakis?
Yes. But they'll do nothing about the growing insurgency in the Imperium.
That was an isolated incident.
Huh.
Your Majesty, the theft of spice is a mere symptom. Your troubles are far greater than just Arrakis.
Why does he trust this guy so much simply because he survived one of these attacks? Like, he's almost taking counsel from him.
More and more people question if we're too quick to discard the machines.
Oh.
And why only the great houses profit from spice? Has this not been shared with you? I thought the witches knew everything that went on.
Yes, he's clearly trying to undercut the witch's influences on him, or the Bene Gesserit's influence on him.
That attack should have killed me. The fear I felt staring down in that abyss. You know what I prayed for then? The strength to feel nothing. Next thing I know, I'm clawing my way out of the sand. My lungs are screaming. And when I took my first breath,
it's interesting.
I felt reborn. The gods are listening.
So
the gods freed me from this vice of a wedding. Consider me a true believer.
Wow. He's not asking him to do something, but he's also, but this could be interpreted by him as like sending him on a little bit of a mission to do something to stop this wedding. It could be interesting. Like this guy saying like he survived this attack. He wanted to die. And all of a sudden he was climbing out of there. It seems like he's got some weird kind of power, but maybe one of the Bene Gesserits who does not like what Value is doing has like connected with him and is guiding him here through this whole thing. And so he thinks he's the one maybe taking on the Bene Gesserit and like warning people about them, undercutting them, fighting them, but he doesn't know that he's being manipulated by the Bene Gesserit. So that could be a twist down the road. Just guessing, which would be interesting. Oh, okay, princess. Oh, boy. Bing, bang, boom. Here we go. Hello, Swordmaster. Oh, boy. She's going to... This is like her... What do you call this? This is her bachelorette party. She's finally making out with the guy she wants to be with before she goes and fulfills her duty. But what's his plan in all of this? Like, is he just obsessed with her? I mean, him looking back at the bartender makes me think there's other things going on here. We're going to find out here. Is he going to see what happened, the battle that as it happened, or? Oh, that's the sandworm, right? The thing that they put in the ground. They call us the sandworm. Oh my God, does he ride the sandworm? Does this thing like talk to him? Does this little creature?
There's no war here.
Not many see it, but I do. There's a war hidden in plain sight, waged by an enemy that has made themselves indispensable, that has come here to do our thinking for us.
Right, what does he see here that reveals something about this guy?
To win a war requires sacrifice.
Ooh.
And yours.
Oh, he's gonna kill the kid! Oh no, he's gonna kill the kid. Oh! Oh! Oh, wow. We're killing kids in the first episode? What is this, Terrifier? What is this? What is this power he has? What's the earthworm power? I don't know. I'm not deep into the lore of Dune, so does the earthworm give some kind of power to humans to use? Oh. Does Kasha feel this? Is that Kasha? No. Who is it? Oh, no. Yes, it is her. Oh. Oh, the union is over. Right. The marriage is over, right? With the kid's death. Oh, he kills her. Oh, he kills her too. Oh, wow. In the exact same way. Oh, wow. Interesting. So, like, her plans now, Valia's plans are all gone now. The Union was her way to put the princess in power.
I see, Mother.
Oh,
I see.
Oh, the sandworm. Oh, good ending. Yeah, there we go. All right, nice job by Anna Forster directing this one. Written by Diane Ademujan. That's good stuff. Yeah, okay, so what can we say? Like the first episode, dug where it was going. I do think at moments a little overdone, slightly cheesy at times, and we're not getting a lot of the background. Now, of course, it's the first episode, so you got to be patient. I think there's only 6 episodes of this particular series, so you got to be patient. But we didn't see them as young sisters. What is their connection? The mom, all of this stuff. We're alluded to certain things about their relationship, but it's not really explored. How are these girls coming in to their control or to become pupils for them? How is that all happening? And we just jump in time 30 years, I think, or however long it is in there, or 60 years or whatever it is. And they're in charge now of all the different houses. Whispering, they've installed themselves. We don't see how all of that happens. So those are things kind of bother me a little bit about it. But the acting here is fantastic. Some of the exchanges here, dialogue-wise, are fun to see. The cinematography is beautiful. The sets are gorgeous. The costumes are incredible. And there's enough to intrigue me here. And I was mentioning the score as being a little loud and overdone. But then again, I mean, the 2 movies had that. So it's following in the tradition. It does feel like it's a little bit tied to making sure people who've seen the 2 movies and haven't read the books can still kind of dive into this series and be invested in what's happening. So we do have that element to it that we have to kind of factor into our heads as we're watching this one. But I'm intrigued. It's got me. I'm curious to see where we're going. And now that Valia, who is obviously a kind of a zealot herself in that she thinks she's the only one who's got the answers here and that she does not want to be questioned. And as her sister says, Olivia Williams, like, you just want to remove every piece on the board that's in your way instead of maybe taking a moment to see what they're trying to say. And now at the end here, she has ignored Cash's plea. She ignored what she was trying to say. And then here she goes, being burnt to death right in front of her. And the young kid dying. Wow, the prince dying. So clearly the union that was going to happen that she was banking on is not going to happen now. So what does that mean going forward for her plans now with the princess and what have you? How is the house going to react? How's Mark Strong going to react, his character and his wife, now that these things might be in peril? And how is the young kid's father going to react? Ricase, I think his name is. How is he going to react having his son killed in the halls and in the house of what was supposed to be the kid's future wife? So a lot of questions abound coming out of this one. I like the way they laid the groundwork of the world here. I think it's very clear where they're going with this style and energy and vibe of the world here. I just think it's not fleshed out enough for a first episode. I want a little more taking its time, but maybe they felt since it's only 6 episodes, they got to jump into this action, get to these issues, and then go forward from there. So hopefully there'll be a little more fleshing out as the episodes go along. And there was a little more done near the end of this particular episode for sure, but a lot of questions with Desmond Hart's character as well. What is his power he's been given? Has he been chosen by the sandworms? Do they have certain element or power themselves? As I said, I'm not too schooled in the world of Frank Herbert. So in the Dune world, how much of this is from the ancient text? And of course, this is based on that book, Sisterhood of Dune. And where are we going with that? So that's the questions I have coming out of this one overall. But yeah, I'm definitely in. Enjoyed the performances, the direction, and the energy of it all. Even if at times it felt it was a little bit underdeveloped or a little cheesy, I thought overall, though, it had the right oomph and strength to keep me going and certainly remind me of what I love so much about the first 2 Dune movies here. So what did you think about it? Did you like it? Did it work for you? Did you like the performances here for Emily Watson and Olivia Williams? Did you like what they were doing? Mark Strong, Jodhi May, sort of the actors here, Travis Fimmel, what he was doing, Sarah Sophie Busnina as the princess. I thought she was really good. And what's your thoughts on what's Atreides doing here? What's the Swordmaster doing? What's the whole aspect of it all? And the Harkonnen coming in is kind of like this, I don't know, Weasley guy trying to sell whale fur and whale seed. It reminds me a lot of the Lannisters in House of the Dragon. They're not the Lannisters we remember from Game of Thrones. They're still kind of making their way into power here, much like the Harkonnens we know from the Dune movies. They're not in that place right now, all these thousands of years beforehand. So interesting stuff. So let me throw your theories. What are your thoughts? Do you think I'm right? Do you think Desmond is being controlled by one of the Bene Gesserit, or is it now connected to the sandworms? What is the mythology with that? No spoilers in the chat. Just let me know what you think might be going on and what have you. And am I wrong? Is this going to go into a place where he discovers that he's been manipulated the whole time as well? Like, what is that going to lead to? And where do you think we're going next now with the death of this prince and Kasha, who was, of course, the counselor for the whole family? So what does that mean, her death in such a gruesome manner? So let me know what you thought about all of it and your speculations of where we're going next here down in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching this, and a big shout out to Sonny from Cat and Sonny for editing this reaction video. Much love to him, and thank you to everybody who watched this, and I'll talk to you next time with another brand new reaction video here on the Outlaw Nation for Dune Prophecy. Take care until then. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content from the Outlaw Nation.